on our second book. The last we left off, we had glued the spine, placed them all on after sewing it together. I got really excited and gilded the edges before recording. So we're going to use my practice book and gild it together just so I can show you how to do it. You're going to need, you can do it by hand, but I really suggest you get a little palm sander. I have 180 grit on here, then I have 320, 600, 800, and 1000. It doesn't have to be those exact grits. You just want to start with like really low grit to really high grit, just so that you can get it as smooth as humanly possible. Also, when you press it in your press, you're going to want, I use 2 little metal plates on either side that stick up just a little bit more than my board, or you can use bookboard. And you're going to want hot stamping foil. I got this beautiful hot stamping foil from Crafty Critta in Australia. They ship all over the world, and it's really, really decent pricing. It's no different than buying something here in America. There's really no difference in the price, even with paying for shipping. So I highly, highly recommend them. But make sure, like I said, it is hot stamping foil and that you're getting the right kind. Toner reactive foil is not going to work. You're also going to want a little measuring cup and a tiny bit of PVA glue. You're going to want to mix just a little teeny bit, half PVA, half water. Ooh, that might have been too much, but it'll be fine. You want to get it really, really thin, just to stick your foil on the first layer, but you do not want it to be thick enough that it's going to really glue your pages together, because the more your pages are glued together, the more it is easy to mess up your foil when separating them. So just a little like milky consistency, just enough that it's going to stick our foil on for the first layer. Okay, so we are going to, I already sanded this with the 180 grit. We're going to move up and keep sanding until we get it all smooth. And I'm going to mute that while I sand, because I would not want to listen to that. A couple more notes as I'm changing the sandpaper grits. It also helps to keep a lint-free towel on hand so that you're not touching your book as much as possible, and you can wipe that sawdust off. And another thing is you're going to want your boards to be sticking above your press more than this is, because I'm starting to sand into my press because I pressed it wrong. I just don't want to go in and mess it all up. It's fine for the sake of the video. if you can see it in the video, but there's basically a shine to our book pages, and if you feel it, which you really shouldn't be putting our oils from our skin on it, you can, like, it does not feel like book pages at all. So we're going to need our watery PVA glue and a brush. We don't want too much on it. I'm going to brush it on. We're going to do it quick. PVA glue dries very quickly. And we don't want it oversaturated. And then we're going to take our foil and lay it down on top. We're going to give it a minute to like half dry. Okay, you're going to need to get your iron ready. I got this little mini iron from Amazon. It was like around $10. You want it on the wool setting. You don't want it too hot or it will melt the plastic on your foil. And you're going to want to just press it. You'll be able to see where it's adhering. You just want to make sure you get every little bubble out. This little mini iron has been a lifesaver because I tried this with the big iron and it was just so bulky and it just got frustrating. You can start to peel up the edge, see if it's sticking. I have not got my first layer to be perfect just yet, but we can do multiple layers and it's not an issue. So I'm sure you saw it while I was sanding, but there's a line. You can kind of see through the foil here, but this line, it's because I messed with this book so many times because it's my practice book that I could not get it sanded completely flat. So if that line is in the foil, that is because of that. Yep, see, that whole line is not sticking. The rest of it is sticking, but that line does not want to stick. Now we're going to take our more foil. We're going to lay it down, kind of cut off the excess. And on layer 2, it sticks really well to itself, so we don't need another layer of glue. That all that does is just add more for your book pages to be stuck together with. So we're going to lay the second layer on and press it. And once again, that one line that I've messed up this book with, I am not expecting it to stick to. I should have chosen another book or started a new one, or had the foresight to record doing our other book that we're working on together, but I got way too excited. This iron is just the perfect size for this. So as you can see, everything except that stupid line has spoiled just beautifully. And that's because that whole signature, I've almost pulled it out of the book. But it's just gorgeous. I should have put a little more emphasis on the edge, but if you have like a little piece like this, just stick it to the edge. And we can do little patches like this. See? But other than that signature, that turned out beautiful. Now let's look at what it looks like after we separate all the pages. Obviously it's going to lose a little bit of its shine, but it's just beautiful. And once I get it in its case, it's just going to look so much more pretty. And it matches with the inside gold really well. So, really happy with it. On our next episode, we're going to be designing the cover to cover our book board that we made. And then once we get it printed and laminated and put onto the book board, then we'll put our book together. But it's coming out